Hi everybody, I'm Marcus.
And I'm Letitia.
And this is your marriage tip for today.
Today's marriage tip is 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Right. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Now everybody is familiar with mathematics. And when you're in a relationship, it's very important that you don't bring that mathematic mindset into your relationship and you start keeping score.
Right.
And start adding up offenses. You know, I think men have a problem with this in the sense that,
No, I think women too.
Well, women too, but I'm in talking about men. I think that sometimes what we tend to do is we keep score. We may not say anything the first time or the second time, but we have something called blow-ups.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
So once we've reached our quota, then it all comes out. Well, you did da-da-da-da-da, and I didn't like that. And another thing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
And that blow-up, it can be over something like so small, like maybe, I told you to, fill the car back up or something like that.
Right, I told you about leaving that car on E. I can't believe you did that.
And the thing is, the car on E.
This is the 47th time you've done that.
It might not even be a big deal, but he's keeping score in his mind. He's thinking about the past
the time
3,
that you were
4,
late.
5 offenses.
Right, he's thinking about the time that you were late getting home so they could go to the movie. He's thinking about the time you forgot to pick up the kids. He's thinking about the time that you didn't have his favorite meal, worked out. And you're like, well, why didn't you say something to me? Where's all this aggression coming from? You can't do that.
Yeah, so we're going to squash all that, and we're not going to keep score at all.
We've said it before, and we're saying it again. Relationships are not a sport in the Olympics.
Right.
Where there's a winner or a loser. No, if you win in your relationship, everybody wins. But if you're losing the relationship, everybody loses. So that deletes the need for there to be a scorecard for anything.
Right. Most of us know enough not to inflict physical pain. Well, we should.
Right.
But we also have to be careful and to look at this, mentally also.
Right.
Mentally and emotionally.
Right, because there is such a thing as, we know that there's physical abuse, but there is such a thing as emotional abuse too. For example, let's just say Tish does something that just makes me just ticked, like mad. Okay, let's say she says, oh, can I stop by TJ Maxx just for a second? So then she go in, and what was supposed to be just for a second turns into just for 15 minutes. And it turns out that we happen to miss the previews at the movie. I love the previews. She don't too much care about the previews, but I love the previews. So we turn out being late. So on the way there, because I have this keeping score mentality, now I feel like I'm obligated to make her feel the same amount of frustration or hurt that I feel because we're late to the movie.
And he didn't get to see his previews.
And I didn't get to see my previews. There's something wrong with that. Yeah. That's not okay. Mm-mm. If I go and now I'm trying to say something that's going to make her feel the sting or make her feel the hurt. Listen, no. If I know better not to put my hands on her so she can feel physical hurt, I ought to have the same wherewithal to not allow myself to even have a desire to say something that cuts.
Okay, to squash that, this is what I advise you to do. Okay. Anytime you have any kind of disagreement or anything like that, handle it right then. Right.
Okay. And handle it amicably. Don't handle it in the sense of, well, I'm going to make you feel just as bad. Because remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So the way you handle it needs to be amicable.
Sit down and talk to your spouse and only address what's going on right now.
Right, what just happened.
Right. Don't ever bring up, past things that happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Especially if you hadn't talked about them. Mm-hmm. Especially, it's not the time to bring out your scorecard and go down the list. No, if you hadn't already said something by then, don't say nothing about it because it's irrelevant.
Right.
It has nothing to do with what's going on. Right. You should have said something about it last Tuesday.
It's going to blow up. It's going to be so big.
Absolutely.
And, and the only thing we're talking about is, Tisha, I don't think it was a good idea for you to go to TJ Maxx and stay that long. Right?
Right, and that's a whole lot better than saying, this happened the last time we went to the movies and I just didn't say nothing. I was just trying to be nice. I think you trying to take advantage of me and I can't stand it when you do this. And you did it. Right. No, that's not it. We don't do that. Remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Just because maybe she shouldn't have went to TJ Maxx.
And then a lot of times too, you have to realize that's why it's always good to talk to your spouse about things that's going on. Right. Maybe I didn't know. Right. Maybe
As far as she knew, baby, I just wanted to see the movie and I didn't care about the previews. But if she doesn't know that, it's unfair of me to hold her accountable to that.
Right.
So, you know, again, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Just because maybe she was wrong to go to TJ Maxx doesn't make it okay for me to level out the playing field to overreact. So that's just something to think about.
One other thing I want to point out that's going to help you to, you know, not keep score and to make sure that you're always walking in love with your spouse in the good and the bad. Okay, if Marcus offends me, okay, when I do something for him, right, whether it's, you know, getting his clothes, I iron his clothes for him, or preparing a meal, or, you know, whatever it is, I'm going to do it with the same amount of love that I would do it with if I wasn't offended.
Right.
Okay, let's say I'm ironing Marcus's shirt, and I get through ironing the shirt, and there's a little wrinkle in the back. And I say, well, I already ironed the shirt. I'm not going to get that wrinkle out. He already ticked me off anyway. No, that's not okay.
Right,
you see, that's kind of petty.
Yeah.
But that can easily
gotta watch
over into other
You got to watch
situations.
it. 100% unconditional love says, I'm going to iron this shirt and I'm going to be excellent with it and get all the wrinkles out.
And I'm going to add extra starch. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to add extra starch.
And I'm going to hang it up for him.
I'm going to hang it up.
And iron the pants too.
This is a good tip today. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
If you like this video, check out our other videos on our channel. And also follow us on social media. All of our information is listed in the description box below.
All right.
Okay, remember, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Don't make a right.
So get it right.
Talk to you.